Hey guys, Aaron Jackson coming to you today. Hope you're doing well, and what I wanted to do today is kind of a follow-up to the last video that I did on double stops, where I kind of introduced an idea where you can play these double stops as thirds in the G major scale. And what I wanted to do today is kind of expand on that idea a little bit here. But this time, instead of doing thirds, we're going to do another one that I really love, where the note is harmonized in sixths. Sixths. That's hard to say. I hope I didn't spit on the camera when I just did that. Sixths. And what we're going to do for this video is we're going to do this in the key of A major. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play an A major scale on the third string. We're going to go. And now I'm going to harmonize this note, but whereas with the thirds, I harmonized the root note above, did a harmony part above the note. With this one, we're actually going to come down, and I'm going to harmonize it in sixths, but it's going to be, it's a sixth down in the scale, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's going to be our harmony part here. That's what we're going to do with this one. I really love the way these sound. Mark Knopfler uses these in an amazing way, you know. And a lot of other really tasteful players use these, and they sound really cool. Anyway, I'm just going to come up this sequence here. Again, this is in the key of A major, and it's we're harmonizing this in sixths. So let me do that again. We've got. Then I'm going to come back down. So again, all the way up and all the way down, we've got. So, you can go through, again, I would recommend getting really familiar with that pattern. Again, though, with this one, our root note is actually in the upper register of this double stop. It's in the upper register, and we're harmonizing six notes, or not six notes, but we're harmonizing a sixth down. Yeah, get familiar with that pattern. Get really, and once you get familiar with it there in A, then you can move it around and play it in some different keys. So you can do, maybe come up to C. Okay. And yeah, get really familiar with that. Now, a couple little variations on this. Kind of like I did talking about the thirds, you can do the same thing with the sixths. And instead of playing those as double stops, as kind of a harmonized scale tone down here, you play the notes one at a time, like. Alright, so we can do. And then we can do it coming back down. We can do. cool musical ideas can come out of that. And also another variation on that is we can kind of walk in between these patterns. I'll show you what I mean here. We can do like... Whoop. Oh. Oh. So there's just a lot of really cool ideas that can come out of that. You can play them as double stop. You can play them, or you can do, my personal favorite is the... If you ever listened to any like the old like Ricky Skaggs country era stuff, Ray Flack played some really cool lines that were similar to that. That's one that he did. And he did another one, I think, called Highway 40 Blues, where he did kind of a, you know... Just kind of see how some of those ideas can be put into a really cool musical context there. So, yeah, that shape is really cool here. Now, something else that I wanted to show you here. As we move over to some of the other strings, the interval switches between how the strings are tuned. So the shapes for us to play these also change as we move to other places on the guitar neck. So I wanted to show you one other way of doing this in the same key, but on some different strings. We're going to come up here, we're going to play A up on the 5th fret of the 5th string. And then we're going to put our middle finger on the 6th fret of the 3rd string, A and C sharp, which is what we played down here. This is an A, this is a C sharp. And we're going to go through the same sequence. It's the same notes, but the shapes are going to look a little bit different because the way the strings are tuned is different. So we're going to do... Again. And we can do what we were doing a minute ago. We can do... So again, it's the same notes, the same sequence, but the shapes just look and feel a little bit different because of the tune. So again, that's on the 1st and the 3rd string there. Now up here, we can come up here on the 2nd and 4th strings, and that, the shapes will be the same up here. We can do... Whoops. Oh, I ran out of frets after that. Come back down there. So again, I really recommend getting familiar with this shape. You can get familiar with it down here and up here as well. Cool. And yeah, you can just start to really develop some nice ideas and some other really useful harmonic and melodic ideas that you can use in your playing. All right, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see you next time. Peace.